Hello, everyone from all walks of life, human or not. Welcome to the Frying Pan Podcast, number one pop culture podcast somewhere in the world. Maybe, I don't know. But welcome to the last episode of the year. We did it. We made it through the year. Somehow we made it through the year. Happy New Year's Eve if you're listening to this when it comes out. Hope you're not partying, I guess. I mean, if everyone's tested negative and you're with the family and everyone's it's okay, sure, do your thing, but don't be like the people that I went to high school with that are partying in Florida right now, because that's kind of stinky. IMO. But hello, hi, I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a nice holiday. Hope Christmas was well. If you celebrate that, Kwanzaa, day after, hope that was pretty sick. Hanukkah, some crazy days, right? I wouldn't know. I'm not Jewish, but if you are, I hope it was fun. But it's nice to see your loving face again. I'm happy to see everyone back. It's me. My name's Dan. I've been here. Yeah, crazy fucking year, eh? Really crazy year. That's pretty much what this episode is gonna be. Is just that happened this year. Because I got a list, I got an article and shit that might have happened this year, and we'll take a look at it. Some things are still prominent today, but some things you're gonna be like, that was this year? I thought that was 2 years ago, because that's exactly how I felt. But to start it off, I'm doing well. Nothing new to report, nothing new and exciting. Just looking forward to, I guess, a fresh start in the new year, but we can talk about that towards the end of the podcast when we get everything in. Christmas was nice. Went to my parents because I don't go anywhere. They don't go anywhere. So it was okay. There was no risk or anything in that nature. So that was nice. Got some presents. Gave some presents. I was very excited. I got to make, because at least once a year, I like to make beef Wellington for Christmas or Friendsgiving, because I want to perfect it. And so far, each year getting better and better, but this year definitely the best. Came out really well. Very proud of it. Very happy about it. Got some nice presents. Got a weighted blanket, which is nice, but it's I don't know, because it's not a full comforter sized. It's kind of like a throw blanket size, but it's 20 pounds. And it's cozy, it's comfy, and I feel secure with it. But wrestling with it is it feels weird, and it wakes me up, so I need to I guess figure out how to sleep with it, if that makes sense. Because I was because I can either full body it, which is okay, but I like to starfish when I sleep, so I don't get everything because it's not that wide. And I tried putting it over just my shoulder to waist, and that was good, but if I wanted to pull any blanket up, it felt weird. And then last night I did just the lower half, which I think probably the best move. I don't know, keep you posted on the weighted blanket fiasco. And got a new chair. Those are the highlights. I mean, there's a lot of things, and I'm very thankful for all the presents I received from my family and loved ones. But let me tell you, never, I mean, unless a cool, comfortable gaming chair comes out, never buy a gaming chair. Those things have no support on the back and are super fucking uncomfortable, to be honest. I don't know why they were so hyped up for 5 years, and everyone was just oh, you gotta get your GX Racer. It's this thing sucks, man. No offense to DX Racer, I'm sure people enjoy the chairs, but for me personally, not a fan. So I got a nice office chair, and now I'm sitting cozy. I'm loving life. I'm doing good, I guess. My posture better, I say as I'm slouching out of my mind right now, but it's comfy. Don't bother. Don't even comment on it. It's fine. But Christmas was nice. For New Year's Eve, no plans, because hey, guess what? Kind of can't do anything. But I'll probably just play video games with my friends, and then maybe have a drink or two. Who knows? I always like the thought of like as soon as the New Year's hits, everything resets and the world will go back to normal. Is like how people are viewing it. But like, what if, you know, it's like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then the ball drops, and then it's like still 2020, and then people are like, oh my fucking god. Because, honestly, at this point, it wouldn't surprise me. The way this year has gone, nothing surprises me anymore. And we'll talk about that. I mean, I'll touch on this, but it was pretty fucking insane that there was a bombing in Nashville from an RV that was just rigged with explosives. I don't think anyone died. I think it was 8 injured, but it affected like 40 buildings in like downtown Nashville. It's fucking insane. But it's even crazier about that. It's just like, there's not a lot of coverage on it. Like, normally that's like front page news, and it was on Christmas and like the day after Christmas, but it just kind of like faded into oblivion, and now you got to kind of dig to find information on it, in which they've identified who it was. Fuck him, don't even know his name, but I guess like a year ago in 2019, his girlfriend at the time was like, hey, my boyfriend is building explosives in an RV, and I guess they just brushed it off or didn't look into it. So crazy shit, man. But it's also just like, I don't know if everyone is so like desensitized to everything this year, but it was just kind of swept under the rug. Like, yeah, this kind of just a normal thing that happens now. And it like kind of, I mean, I don't want to get too dark, but it's like kind of the same with like school shootings, where it's like it happens so often where it's obviously you're sad about it, but it's like it's going to happen again, I guess. But that's just how fucked the world is, man. But it's fine. We're gonna try and be a little more positive this episode. Just wanted to touch on that to people who are affected by it. Hope you're doing okay. I saw one interesting question that was asked, which was what restaurant. I'm totally switching gears right now. But the question was, what restaurant did you go to as a kid that you thought was like phenomenal, great, when you grew up? It was kind of like, not good. But I don't know, because I don't know if this applies to me. Because I don't know, like a lot of the chains around me, I don't know if it's like they're well, they probably are. But I don't know if like Friendly's took a nosedive, man. Holy shit. Friendly's as a kid, Friendly's is like typical, it's like a 99. 99s are everywhere. I don't know if that's exclusive to like New England. I think it is a New England thing, but like a Chili's, Applebee's, 99. It's like one of those things, but it's more kind of kid orientated. They have good ice cream. I'll give them that. And when I was a kid, they had it was called a Frenzy, and it was kind of like a Blizzard from Dairy Queen, but there was like a birthday cake Frenzy, and it was so sugary and so fucking good. I don't think I could eat it now. I'd probably go into a coma just from the amount of sugar that's in it. Like, I'd probably just keel over and die, which, like, it is what it is. This is a fine way to go out, but I don't think I need to yet. But I remember as a kid, the piece de resistance of Friendly's was the dip and chicken. Now you might be asking, what's the dip and chicken? It's really nothing special, but it was like, as a kid, I was so entertained by it. They just like put chicken tenders on a stick, and the way, oh my god, how do I describe it? The way it was set up, it was like, it came in like a metal cone shape, but in the cone, like in the middle, they'd put French fries in, which is like, fuck yeah, we love to see that. But then it would have like little cup holders around. They put different sauce in, like you get your ketchup, your honey mustard, your barbecue, and that's why it was dipping chicken, because chicken was on a stick. You dip it in, eat it. Incredible. $1 million idea by Friendly's. And then I think when I was in middle school, they just took it away. And I don't know why they did it, because even as like a kid in middle school, if I went to Friendly's, I'm getting dip and chicken. The concept is cool. I'm down with it. Chicken tenders and fries. My little fucking 220-pound chubby little ass in middle school, I'm just, hell yeah, baby. That's all I want. That's all I need. But they got rid of it, and then I think that was the downward spiral of Friendly's. And I hate to, plenty good memories from Friendly's. A lot of birthdays, a lot of it was one of those like places where when you were a kid, you'd always see someone you knew somehow. Like I'd always see a friend or someone I went to school with, and it's always like, "Hey, what's up? Hi, how are you?" But it was mostly kids you had like school friends where you were like good friends with them because they were in your class, but you wouldn't hang out with them outside of school. It was one of those things. But like I'd always see those kind of people, and it's like, "Oh, nice to see you. Hope you're doing well." Stuff like that. Trying to think of like another restaurant. I guess 99. I guess you could slap in like 99 Applebee's, all that stuff. It's not the best. It's not the worst, but I know at the 99 um I got shrimp and it tasted like dish soap, so that was interesting. Um there was a few things I got. It was like as if like the people preparing it like they wash their hands before, which is like cool, thank you, but they don't like wipe them down or wipe their hands off, so they just get like the suds and the soap in the food, and I'm like, "Sure, man. Go off. Like you're probably just I don't know." It was kind of a disaster, but it is what it is. But all those restaurants kind of just like they are what they are. They're not the best, they're not the worst, but they're just kind of there. And I guess you take it for what it's worth. But I wonder if it's kind of like a roller coaster where like as a kid you're like, "Oh, this is good." And then when you get to I'd say your teenage years to young adulthood, it falls off really hard. But then when you get really old, old people love those restaurants. Old people fucking love the 99. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like a cult thing or if when you're older, your taste buds just kind of like default to only wanting 99. But it's every time you go in there, it's just elderly people, which, nothing wrong with that. I'm not trying to shame old people and their love for the 99, but it's just weird. It's just one of those things that's so weird to me. Oh, another one that KFC. As a kid, that was like my birthday food. I'd always get a bucket of KFC chicken and then the wedges and then some biscuits. I go to town. I was a grubby, chubby little kid. I'm sitting comfy now. I think I got a little chub to me. I got a little fat to me, but it's like all in the tummy. But I just blame it on my build. It's not my fault. That's what I keep telling myself, which is a lie, but we get over it. It's fine. Anyways, used to fucking murder KFC. I'd love it. But KFC is just it's one of those things when you realize there's a better option, you don't really ever go back to it. I will say KFC has a place in my heart, I guess. I always like every once in a blue moon, maybe like once every 2 years, I'm like, "Oh, I wonder how this is." And I'll get like I get some thighs, get some drumsticks, and I'll eat it and I'll be like, "You know what, this is actually pretty good." And I'll sit there in like agony of how I just ate all that and I regret it immensely, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I can't live this lie and pretend I still enjoy it. I'll say Popeyes is a little better. I do like Popeyes, but there's no Popeyes near me. The only Popeyes near me is like no one will really get this, but it's on a place called Asylum Street in Hartford, and it's not a good street. People die there. A lot of violence. But if you get the chicken, sure. I think there's one kind of close to me. But regardless, Popeyes, a little step above. And then we don't have like, because I know there's Jollibee's apparently like a good Korean fried chicken place that I hear a lot of high praise for. Zaxby's is good, I guess. And then there's one more that begins with a C, and it's like, if I can't remember the fucking name of it. It begins with a C. If you know it, please message me. Please, I need to know, or it's gonna bother me so much. Or I'll probably look it up after, but we don't have time for that. We're busy. No, I got time. I think it's not Culver's. Oh, hold on, really quick. Fried chicken restaurants. I'm on the hunt, guys. Don't worry about me. I'm just gonna look up fried chicken. No, I don't want fuck, guys. I'm really fumbling the bag right now. Restaurant names. All right, let's take a look. Chicken restaurant names. Oh, it's in alphabetical order. Okay, hold on, guys. Chicken salad chick. What the fuck? What are these places? The halal guys? Sure. Gus's world famous fried chicken. That looks like, oh, you don't want to eat. Actually, all right. Gus's famous fried chicken place is in Memphis, Tennessee, but it looks like one of those like hole in the wall places that just fucking smack. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, no, 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 it wasn't a C. It was Bojangles. Bojangles is what I was thinking about. Because these are, I'm looking at just like, Wingstop kind of falls off too. That's fine. I was looking at like more hole in the wally places, and then there was a fast food things. So Bojangles was the one I was thinking of. Let me see if there's anything else. You got KFC. I don't know a lot of these. Yeah, I don't recognize like any of these. Oh, all right, whatever. Well, it was Bojangles. I hear Bojangles is really good. So if there's anyone that can confirm that, please message me. I love to meet new people. I love talking to new people. If any new people, be friends, be cool, guys. Come on. I'm not desperate. I'm perfectly content. I need. This is what you do, like doing a podcast by yourself does to you. You just kind of talk to yourself and you ramble on and on. Like I find myself when I'm talking to my friends, I kind of talk the same way I do when I do the podcast, but more just less care, I guess, into my words. Just kind of say whatever. But regardless, let's get into the 2020 year in review. It's been a tough one. Like, for example, did you guys know that these Australian bushfires technically still happen this year? Well, I guess it started in December 2019 and it continued into the new year. But it burned 47 million acres. Holy fuck. Killed 34. That shit was crazy. And then on top of that, we had the California fires, if you want to get close to home for us in the US. That happened this year too. I don't know. It's so crazy to me because, like, even if I look through, I guess, like the titles of all the episodes we've done through the years or through this year, a lot of them are just like weird things fucking happened. Hold on. Let me find the first podcast we did this year. All right, so we did New Year's, and then there was The World's on Fire, and that was about sorry, it's literally because episode 61 that was the Happy New Year, and then 62 is like The World's on Fire, and then skip a couple, and then 65 is 2020 not off to a hot start. Now, little did I know, publishing this episode on January 29th, that I was predicting the future, that this world was not off to a hot start, and in fact on a very rapid decline, some would argue. We went downhill. I don't think there was a single year this year where the roller coaster like went back up. It was like end of 2019, we're getting on the top of Bizarro or whatever the biggest roller coaster is, the Six Flags, and we're just still like steam rolling down, and people are throwing up. People are like, I don't want to do this anymore. But hey, guess what? You hop off, you die. That's just the facts. I mean, maybe you survive, but like here we are, just kicking it. But one thing that did also actually maybe it was the precursor to the year was Cats coming out on Christmas Day in 2019. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I think that's what set the world in motion. I think that's what put us downhill, and it is what it is. If Cats was the start of Armageddon, what can I do? What can I do to change that? I don't think I had the power in me to. So it is what it is. Here, let me search. So Australian fires, that basically kicked off the year. That was interesting. Well, I guess one good thing that happened this year was Parasite sweeping the Oscars, which is cool. Yeah, they won Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Original Screenplay, and Best International Feature Film. I have actually still not watched this movie. I have been told that this is like one of the best movies, and there's so many good aspects to it, but I've just not watched it yet. Hold on, because I think it's on Hulu. I'm gonna get on that for us, don't worry. Yep, it's on Hulu. It's got a 99% on Rotten Tomato. And then I wish I could talk about it, but I don't know what makes this movie so good. I will say I did watch a lot of good films so far this year, maybe. It's hard to remember if I watched it this year or last year. I mean, granted, not a lot of movies came out, but if we do want to talk about controversial movies that came out, there was Cuties. That came out this year, and nobody liked that. Yeah, I don't know if it's just me being ignorant or I don't understand, but there's no way you can justify to me that that movie is not like straight catering to pedophiles. And I'm sorry, maybe I'm just dense, maybe I don't see the big picture, but it's hard for me to look around that. So, sorry, cuties. I don't fucking, yeah, I'll never fucking know. I didn't watch it. Lord knows I'll never watch that movie. But God, is it terrifying. The like little clips and gifs you've seen of the movie, it just makes me feel so uncomfortable. I don't get it. Like I'm all for if you want to, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like it's just I don't know. It's not for me. That's for sure. But that's the thing is if it's for kids, I don't know if that's the example you want. I mean, like, there's no problem with kids, like, trying to learn their sexuality and everything and, like, know what they like and what they don't like. That's fine. That's not my place to judge. I was a kid at one point, yada yada. But, like, there's some pretty fucking scary people out there that'll just watch that. And, no thank you. Cuties, another bad point of this year. Let's see. Oh, Harvey Weinstein. That was actually a good thing. He was convicted in the February 24th. So fuck that guy. And well, I guess the good thing he brought is that good thing he brought, but it helped people feel comfortable coming out against people because he was definitely somebody hard to go against since he got a lot of people like into Hollywood, I guess. But I mean, fuck this guy. Absolutely fuck this guy. But at least it did spark the Me Too movement, which helped a lot of people come out about their past traumas. So that's good. That's something, I guess. I'm trying to find the silver lining in everything, and it's just really fucking hard. Oh shit. Stock market crashed. Fun. Love to see it. Oh yeah, another very low point of the year was when Kobe and Gigi died in that plane crash in the very beginning of the year. Oh my god. Yeah. God, that was awful. That was one of those headlines where like you really just don't believe it. Like when you're reading it just doesn't make sense. And it was like 2019 wasn't a bad year. Like there was a lot of people, like a lot of deaths, but like Kobe dying just I don't know if it was for me personally just cuz like obviously he was someone to look up to, and me as a kid that played basketball as a kid, obviously I looked up to him. Same with LeBron and all them. But like I don't know, Kobe had like the mama mentality that he passed on to people. Like he was an inspiration to a lot of people, and I don't know if it's just that like me growing up as a kid, love sports, and I still love sports as it is, and like still surround myself with a lot of like sports media and culture. But like it affected a lot of people. Like, I mean, even people that like weren't athletes or didn't know about it, like Kobe Bryant's still an inspiration to him. So that was just oh, hope the Bryants are doing okay now. I personally I don't think I could ever recover. Like if I was in that situation, like if I was Vanessa, I don't know. I'd probably die of heart like a broken heart. But geez, it's crazy. Like when I keep looking through all the topics here, and I'm just not finding any good ones. I guess not good ones, but any like positive ones. Let's see. Well, there was like the Black Lives Matter protest, which I guess depends on your perspective if they're good or bad. I'd say good. It's nice to I did a whole episode on it towards the beginning of the year of like the importance of understanding that like systemic racism is still very prominent in the world today, and how like I don't know, it's crazy to me that people are just like fighting against it and they're trying to find reasons to like be annoyed about it, and it's like what's wrong with equality, man? Why do you feel so pressed about it? Like why would you not want to see everyone have the equal opportunity to succeed, and then like clearly some people don't? It's just I don't know, that's fucking insane to me that some people live their lives just like thinking everything's hunky-dory and they don't gotta have to worry about anything, and just like I don't know. I can go on a rant for a long time, but I won't. But Black Lives Matter protests, very, very impactful. I would argue it's a high point of the year in terms of taking steps towards a better tomorrow, if that makes sense. Not that was a very like presidential candidate statement, like how it was worded, but and it was nice to see like issues be actually tackled head on. Like the rioting, looting, it's up to your interpretation if you think that's good or not. Um, I guess it's not. I mean, it's not for like the people that like didn't need to have it affected to them, like people that were like small time owners or like small shop owners. Like obviously, it doesn't need to happen to them, and like I guess it doesn't need to happen to them. But it was. I guess the whole point of it was to send a message, which it definitely did. It made headlines, but it did. It's the same way of like being popular over something bad, or like being in the spotlight over something bad. Like yeah, you're still in the spotlight and being talked about, but at what cost? So regardless, good movement, good to see people, coming together on a common goal like that. That was, I'd say, I would argue that was the high point of the year. Obviously not. Death of George Floyd was sad, and then same with Ahmaud Arbery and Breonna Taylor, and then there was another Jacob Blake. Those were like the big ones that happened in the year that people were up in arms about, especially the Breonna Taylor one, because that one is just a fucking mess because it's trying to be covered up so much by police, and the fact that like miraculously the body cams didn't work when they raided the house, and miraculously they don't have the information to convict the officers and shit of that nature. Like it's just insane to me. I don't know. I guess I don't know if there was any police reform done, but like it was nice to see people talk about it. And it's a shame that like to a lot of people, like the Black Lives Matter movement was just like a trend, and they're just like, oh, yeah, I supported it then, but like they don't really still carry the ideals, I guess, of like, I don't know. Like people just did it for the trend, I guess. Like when the black square thing was like, all right, we're all gonna post a black square in a solidarity of black people and all that nature. And then when black people are like, hey, can we actually like post links to like people that need donations, or like organizations that need help, or like just petitions to sign, and then people were just like, no, I did my part, my black square is up on Instagram and it's still there. But I guess that was a situation of people not knowing enough, because I mean like yeah, I saw that people were posting black squares and I'm like, oh, that seems good, but then I saw a lot of tweets and a lot of posts of like, hey guys, can we delete them and actually post like I said, like petitions and stuff of that nature. So like I was like, all right, my bad, I didn't know, my mistake. And as long as you can own up to that, I think that's okay, as long as you're still supporting it. But it's a shame that kind of just felt like a trend and it's not as prominent. I mean, I guess with COVID being the way it is, it's kind of hard to get out and protest now that we're pretty much at our worst, which that happened in March, by the way, and it's still going on. I remember we locked down and I think cases were at the lowest, and then we're like slowly reopening, which I understand, especially for like business owners. It's kind of hard to make money when no one is there, but so many people are fucking like, we are not doing well. That being the US. New Zealand is fucking COVID free. No one in New Zealand has COVID, and if you fly in, you need to quarantine. And like I don't think you can fly in from the US, but I know you can fly in from like Australia or whatnot. And like they're fine. They're doing everything. They're having concerts. They're going out to eat. They don't need to wear masks. It's fine. But in the US, we're too stubborn to where we think that it's not real. And it's like, hey, I know people that have died from it. I'm pretty sure it's real. And it's like, if you ask any healthcare worker, they're like, hey guys, can we take it serious? And then fucking Dale pulls up in his big truck with his Confederate flag, and it's just like, you can't make me wear the mask. You can't make me do it. And it's like, why do you have to be on a high horse about this? Why do you like seeing people die? Like, that's literally what it comes down to. And even if like, in the grand scheme of things, if everything was a hoax, Like, what's the problem with wearing a mask when you go out if you're sick? What's the problem with keeping your distance from people? Literally nothing makes me happier than the fact that when I go to the store, someone is not like inside my ass in the line. And it's like, hey, can you back the fuck up? And they just don't understand personal space. And it's like, now that there's a pandemic, people are like, oh, I gotta be 6 feet apart. It's like, motherfucker, maybe you should have known that before this whole thing. I feel like it's kind of common sense. I mean, maybe not the 6 feet, but like, don't be like inside me as I'm waiting in line. I mean, he ran over. I'm sorry. It's just, you've probably been there. But regardless, Trump got impeached, but like not actually impeached because that man's, I guess, fucking untouchable apparently for some reason. Oh yeah, and then there was the whole thing of like Kim Jong-un died and that his sister was like taking over. Do you remember that? It happened in like April. It's really fucking weird. But that there wasn't much that came from it. It was just like that he was ill, and then everyone was like, "Is he dead?" Because then there was like him looking like lifeless, like a lifeless husk. Like they just kind of like, what is that movie where they just kind of like take the dead body and they pretend that it's real, and they use it to like be like a person. I don't remember the movie. If you remember, please let me know. Oh yeah, and then there was like Twitter got hacked, where like a lot of big people like Joe Biden, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Kanye, it was like if you get, they were like linking their Bitcoin and they're trying to make people give them Bitcoin. That was interesting. If you see this dude's mugshot, by the way, in this article, he looks so fucking weird. He looks terrifying. And I don't know if that's what he was going for, but I don't think he's got like the I'll beat your ass in prison kind of terrifying. More like the like I skin cats kind of terrifying. Like he could probably be a serial killer just based on looks. I don't know if that's something I can say, but he kind of, got arrested for it, so it's whatever. Speaking of arrest, Ghislaine Maxwell, she got arrested in that whole thing, and will she live to see her trial? Who knows, to be honest. I have no idea. Because, I mean, I guess, like, she has a fuck ton of information. We got a lot of, sex trafficking charges, but Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself, so... Or did, apparently. I don't know, man. This world's crazy. This thing was, like... I never saw it be an issue, but it was when, like, murder hornets were coming to the U.S. They were, like, spotted in Washington... And they're fucking big. These things are like 2 inches, and they just wipe out bee colonies. And we, here at the Frying Pan Podcast, we support bees. Bees are essential to the ecosystem, and we love bees. Murder hornets, just literally in the name, murder hornets. But these things are fucking huge, and I guess like a sting could maybe kill you. I don't know. Coyote Peterson got stung by one. I don't know if you know that guy, but he was the dude that like just gets stunned by and bitten by like random insects, and he's just like, it's fine. That's him. You know him. He wears like the hat. You know him. You've seen him. Even if you don't know his name, you've seen him. But murder hornets was a thing. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. In fucking Beirut, or however you pronounce it, in August, there was a video of that huge explosion. Oh, it was a detonation of 2,750 tons of ammonium nitrate, and it killed fucking 190 people. But the videos you saw of this was insane. Like the shockwave from the explosion was like miles long. Like, oh my god, that thing was insane. It was so brutal. I don't know how they're recovering from it, but the pictures like from the aftermath are so devastating. But Jesus, shout out to Beirut. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's capital Lebanon. But scary stuff. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris were the Democratic nominee and vice president nominee. That was cool, and we know how that turned out. You love to see it, eh? Oh fuck, dude, Chadwick Boseman died. I didn't forget about this, but I thought this was a lot earlier in the year. I didn't know it was in August. It was like September. But it was crazy because he was battling colon cancer for 4 years, like while he was filming. And it was a shame though, because there was a lot of he got made fun of on the internet a lot because he wasn't looking healthy, and people were like, "Oh, Chadwick Boseman's doing crack," but it's like, you don't know what he's going through. This man's going through colon cancer. He just didn't say anything about it. So that was a shame, man. Chadwick Boseman was very good actor. He was an inspiration for a lot of people with his role in Black Panther, which was nice. Like, a lot of people kind of turned him into like a cultural icon off that. Like, that movie had a lot of impact on people, which is very cool to see. But that was sad. Not a fan of that one. West Coast Fires. Ruth Ginsburg dying too. See, that was. Oh, excuse me. See, that one was really sad just because she was a huge trailblazer for gender equality. And the replacement for her is kind of the opposite. It's just shitty, man. It's annoying. But yeah, that was definitely like a step back because she did a lot for like women's rights and gender equality and all that stuff. She took a lot of steps forward for a lot of people. Trump getting COVID, didn't die, unlucky. Eddie Van Halen died. My mom loved Van Halen, but that one was sad. Joe Biden became president. That was good. Alex Trebek died. Fuck. Shout out Alex Trebek. Moment of silence for Alex Trebek. But and then now we got COVID-19 vaccines rolling around, and those are all the real like main events I can think of this year. There's a lot of like mini ones we talk about on the podcast, but if you want, here, I'll look through I'll look through the titles of our old episodes and I'll tell you what I see from this year. Oh, that's the wrong way. My bad. Dunkaroos made a comeback apparently. Oscars happened. Sonic movie. Let's see. A lot of Corona episodes. Trying to see. Oh, this is when in like April they were trying to make a comeback for sports, and they were doing like the MMA was going to be in on an island, like a remote island. No one's going to be there, and again, shout out the NBA. I think they did the best job at doing like a Corona safe environment, where it was like the bubble, they quarantine first and then they play, since no one could come in, no one can go out, and like that's probably the best way to do it. Baseball had a lot of hiccups. Football has had a few hiccups so far. It is what it is. Sicko Mode rapper in Fortnite, that happened. Murder Hornets. Oh yeah, Elon Musk and Grimes naming their kid after like a fucking plane or something. That was interesting. Let's see. Chunky Dunkies. That was fun. Those shoes are cool. Had a Black Lives Matter episode. Let's see. There's a lot of like Guy Fieri episodes, which is interesting. Also getting rid of Florida, and they're trying to open Disneyland. Kind of weird. Oh yeah, and then there was this fucking the Wayfair thing where they're like naming closets and shit after like recently missing children or something of that nature. Like, it's fucking insane. And that just kind of got swept under the rug too, even though that seems, I mean, like, granted, could have been just like a big conspiracy theory thing, but it was also like very coincidental and not a fan of it. So Wayfair could be selling kids. I really wouldn't be surprised. Logic retires. Joe Rogan hates gamers. That's a thing. Oh yeah, Fall Guys popped off and everyone loved that. Oh, Cuties, get that out of here. Don't want to see it. Oh yeah, I remember that Cali Fire started from a gender reveal party, like mishap. And oh, what was it? Fuck. Oh, the Travie Patty, the Travis Scott burger, that really popped off on the internet. That was an interesting time. Oh God. Quibi dying because Quibi wasn't good, sadly. Sorry, unlucky. And then the most recent thing was probably like the Monolith, which just turned out to be like a YouTuber thing. And that's really it that happened this year. I'd say that's probably everything. It's been a hell of a year. It's definitely been an interesting year. I know for me personally, This year's not been too kind to me at all. Um, I remember I left my job in February, and I was very excited for a new job because I just was very depressed, not happy, and I was like, "Oh, I'm excited for something new." And I was like, "Oh, I'll just take a week off to like regather myself." And then, like a week or two go by, like a week goes by, and I'm starting applying to things, and then big old pandemic hits, and I literally can't do anything for like 4 months. And then I get like I had some remote like work, which is nice, which helped like pay the bills, but it just, I don't know. It really threw a wrench in everything I wanted to try and accomplish this year. And then it was also because a lot of my goals is like I wanted to create more content, but my computer was literally on its last legs the whole year, and I couldn't edit anything because when I edit, it would just I don't know how to describe it, but it wouldn't replay what I edited, so I couldn't know if the change I made was good until I rendered the whole video and then watched it, and then I'd have to go back and then re-render it again. It was very inconvenient, but now that I have a good computer, I can finally start doing that again, which is nice. But that only happened because Black Friday and the end of the year, so it took a while. But for the most of the year, not a good year for me. I'm sure a lot of people can agree on that aspect. A lot of very dark times. There's a lot of times where I was just like, I kind of just want to give up on life, but I don't really have the gall or the gumption to do it. So it kind of was what it was. But it was nice that I was able to talk to somebody for the first time in years about like my mental health and finally like get a grip on I guess my life, which is nice. Um Having this podcast to do weekly has been very helpful too, as like I guess like an outlet or per se, or like a place where I can, it's just something to do. It's nice that I've been able to be consistent with this for 2 years and like a month. So 23 months if we want to talk about it like it's a child. That I love when parents do that. It's like, "Oh, how old's your kid?" "Oh, 47 months." It's like, no. But it's my baby. We're trying to, grow it into something big, just very slowly but surely. A lot of, I mean, like, main reason I really do this podcast is because one, I enjoy it, and then two, because hopefully it can lead to, like other opportunities in the future. People be like, "Oh, he's been able to run this for 2 years with no hiccup." Sure, that's cool. Which I've had a few opportunities for that, but I don't know. Didn't have the drive to act on them, I guess, which was my fault, because maybe it could have been something, but I don't know. I didn't see it in me to like have the drive to put in the effort that was needed for someone else, when like obviously it's noticeable some weeks where like some weeks are better than others because mentally doing better and then whatnot. Um, I will say it's been a shame toward the end this year that I don't. No, I mean Bobby, like me, we talk regularly, but he doesn't. I don't know if he just doesn't want to do it anymore. He hasn't said it to my face, or if like he thinks he'll come back like nothing happened. But it just, that kind of hurt. I felt kind of like abandoned or like ditched in that nature. But I mean, it doesn't affect our friendship or anything. Cause it's just something fun we do, but it's not like life or death. But it's still something that kind of hurts me. But I don't know. He's been busy with his life and he's had a lot going on recently, so it's not like I'm going to pressure him into doing something he doesn't want to do. That just doesn't make sense. So, I mean, we'll figure something out maybe. Maybe he'll come back. Maybe he won't in the new year. We'll see what happens. And if it's just me from now on, that's okay too, because I don't mind it. I'm trying to get better at, I guess, doing it by myself. It feels, it feels weird, just like looking at your recording program and seeing how long you've been going for and seeing if anything's like of interest, I guess, or like if it's good enough to my standards, which most of the time it's fine. It's good. I mean, there's definitely like I said, some episodes are better than others, but that's just the way I guess content works. You're not gonna see, that's a problem. That's the one thing I hate about like creating content is the episodes that you think are like me personally. Like I'll think, oh, this is really fucking good. This is really funny. It's very entertaining. People are really going to like this. Nobody likes it. Nobody views it. Nothing of that nature. And then I'll do an episode where I'm feeling kind of shitty, and I'll just throw it up there, and I'm like, oh, I hope it does well. I think it's okay, but it's not as good as the one I did last week. And the more people watch that one, because that's just the nature of things. And God, I fucking hate it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's an algorithm thing, or if people are just like, I don't know. I'm not really feeling that one, but maybe this one. I don't know. C'est la vie. You know how it is. Started learning French again, which is nice. That was that's a highlight of this year. I've my physical health has been good for not being able to go to the gym. I've made use of the weight set in my parents' basement, which is nice. Cause God, dude, I still get like, I still have to pay for my membership to my gym, and it's like, motherfucker, you know I'm not going there. Why would I? That's just a cesspool of germs and shit. Like I'm sure people do a great job at cleaning gyms, but I really just don't trust it yet. And I don't know, because I really want to. I miss so many fucking exercises, and I miss having like more weight because I only have like a fixed amount of weights, and it's, I don't know. It's definitely like definitely took it for granted. But I guess like, I don't know. I'm sure it's okay. It's just I'm very skeptical about everything in terms of getting corona or not. It The one thing that baffles me, man, is I see people that I went to school with that are like actually down in Florida going to like raves and partying with people, and like they're just pretending like nothing happens. And it's so frustrating that they get to live that life and I just don't. And it's like, is it my fault for like taking it too seriously? Is that the problem? Because then like I second guess myself, because it's like, if they're down there and they're not dead yet, like I'm not like, oh, COVID's fake, but it's like, am I just being too precautionary and just like, I don't know. I don't know, man. But like I said, it's been a fucking crazy year. I'm sure we can all agree. I'm trying to think of like highs, but there's really not many, and I don't want to be like very depressing this episode, but it's just a matter of how it was. I mean, like I said, relearning French is good. I finally got to build a new computer. That was a highlight. I I was able. I'm glad that I was like during this pandemic. I was able to talk to my friends mostly every day because we all get together around nighttime. We'll play games together, and it's nice to keep in contact, even though I'm not able to see them, because I really do miss them. I miss, hugging my boys, hugging my friends, seeing everybody. Uh, I don't know. It's been interesting, but I mean, I guess like my main takeaway from the year would be, I guess no matter how small the accomplishment is, at least you did something. Because I mean, that's always the problem with everything is we set too big of goals for ourselves that aren't really obtainable that easily, and then we don't understand or figure out the steps to get to those big goals, which in time, everyone will figure it out for themselves, and everyone, grows at a different pace. It's just, it's a problem with social media too, where it's hard not to compare yourself to the people around you, and you have people like, they're 20-year-olds that are driving like Ferraris and shit because they figured it out earlier than you did, and it's like, to each their own, but it's hard not to get like jealous or just be like, oh man, I didn't work hard enough to get there. But at the end of the day, you just got to realize like everyone's moving at their own pace. Everyone wants to do different things in life, and just because it worked out for them so early doesn't mean it won't work out for you. So I guess at the end of the day, you just gotta kind of be optimistic and positive for a change. I don't know. It's easier said than done, but hopefully the new year brings a new life to people, and hopefully it can be viewed as a mental reset for a lot of people. Maybe, I mean, obviously everything's not going to go back to normal, but it would be nice for a nice like lockdown, get the COVID numbers down, wait for vaccines to roll out, and then hopefully everyone can kind of go back to normal where we're just kind of doing our daily things, and it's nice. But in due time, I don't know if you're the type of person that believes everything happens for a reason, but maybe it does. I don't know. I don't know what to believe in these days. It's fucking crazy. But I don't know. Thank you for another year of listening to the show. I do appreciate it. It's been difficult one to say the least. We had an increase, like a 9% increase of viewers, which is nice. Which is, it's not much because not that many people listen, but progress is progress is progress at the end of the day. So it's hard to be upset about that. And no, here's to another year. Hopefully, I hope you've enjoyed what you've heard this year. We've had I think we only missed maybe 1 week, maybe two, which is pretty good. So it was about 49, 50 episodes, it's impressive to me. It might not mean much if, it's just an hour a week, but, a lot of thought and a lot of prep goes into making these. So it's a lot more than just an hour a week. But thank you for your time. If you've ever listened, I appreciate it. You know where to find us, any audio platform. Tell a friend if they might like it. That'd be cool. Spread us around. That'd be cool. I appreciate that. I hope you're doing well. I hope you got big plans. Well, yeah, if you got any big goals that you want to talk about, please, you can message me on Twitter, ETOSTV on Twitter. I think I said that twice. I don't know. I'm just rambling. But thank you for your time again. I guess here's to a new year. I don't know. We'll see what it has in store for us, but be confident, be positive, and I'll hope to catch you next week for another episode of the Frying Pan Podcast. I hope you take care. Have a great day. Love you. Stay safe.